everything he had left behind the windup, but Lesnar with one more F5. And still, Universal Champion Brock Lesnar.
What an incredible night in New Orleans at WrestleMania. WrestleMania moments were made. But in the end, the Beast still reigns supreme.
Is anybody going to beat Brock Lesnar? Is anybody going to do it? Who is going to do it? And when are they going to do it? Chris Soriano with you. Man, what a fun couple of days. WrestleMania on Sunday night. And then the Raw after Mania last night. And we'll talk about that. It was good for the first 2 hours, but man, don't you miss the days where they used to have the big payoff or the big surprise at the end of Raw on the night after WrestleMania? I feel like the last 3 years, they've just given up on the final hour. I mean, your main event, the Raw after Mania, and you end with Jeff Hardy and Seth Rollins and Finn Balor versus The Miz Taraj? Really? That's what you're ending with? Who cares? God. No sense. No. Damn. Me and my brother should be writing for the company. We really should. So, Brock Lesnar retains against Roman Reigns in a match that was just a shocker to me. I really did not expect this. I don't think anybody did. Because for a year, all the signs have been pointing to Brock Lesnar losing to Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns finally having his moment. And finally having his WrestleMania moment. And cementing himself in the WWE as the new guy. As the new big dog. As the new face of the franchise. That didn't happen on Sunday. And we don't know when that's ever going to happen. Folks, it was supposed to happen a couple of years ago, and Seth Rollins came in and cashed in. And the last couple of years, Roman's flown under the radar. But this year was supposed to be it. 100%, no doubt about it. One-on-one with Brock Lesnar. No indication that anyone was going to cash in. Well, there's no cash in anymore anyway. This was going to be Roman's big moment. This was going to be his WrestleMania moment, and it didn't happen. Now, why didn't it happen? We don't know. But this reminds me, as a wrestling fan, this reminds me of Lex Luger in 1993, where he was gonna be the guy. The new face of the WWF was the Lex Express. Oh, look at that body, look at that physique. That's my guy that I want. Oh yeah, that's my guy. That's the new face of the franchise. It's my Vince McMahon impression. Horrible, by the way, I know, but I look at Roman Reigns in 2018 as a 2018 version of Lex Luger. That they're trying so hard to push this guy, but it's just not working. It's just not gelling. And the fans just aren't buying into it. They are ruthless. They just do not want to see this guy. For whatever reason, they don't want to see this guy get over the hump. They don't. And it's not like he hasn't won the world title before. He's won the world title, but they've been smart and they haven't had him win it at WrestleMania. And who knows, maybe if that wasn't the last match of the card, maybe it would have went over a little bit better and you could have got away with Roman winning. Maybe they could have done a swerve and Heyman could have been Roman's guy. And that would have got Roman over. Nevertheless, it looks like the WWE is admitting defeat with the Roman Reigns defeat. This is their guy. This is their meal ticket. This is the guy that they want to be the next John Cena. This is the guy that they want to be the face of the franchise for the next 10, 15 years. That's what they want. The fans don't want that, and they really don't want it. When you have "This is boring" being chanted in your main event at WrestleMania, it's usually not good. It's not good for whoever is involved, for both parties, for Brock and for Roman. But it speaks more for Roman, because they were saying it and it was directed more towards Roman Reigns more than it was to Brock Lesnar. Me personally, I think the build-up that they had for this and the way they were writing Roman Reigns made sense. And to me, they should have wrote him like this a little bit more. As more of a badass guy, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm going to get in that ring, kick ass and kill people, and walk out. But they've made him over the years go out and talk about how this is his destiny, and he just talks and he whines, and they don't want to hear that. Just be Roman Reigns. Be that tough Samoan son of a bitch that goes out there and just kills people. And I really thought that they were writing him well in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, but I guess too little too late. Because it just did not matter. They were not into him. They were against him from the word go. We say what happens to Roman Reigns and where does Roman Reigns go from here? Where does Brock Lesnar and the Universal title go from here? Who is going to be the guy now to defeat him? Is he ever going to get defeated? Well, my brother brought this up to me the other night. It was after Brock had won. And he goes, if Brock holds on to that title for 2 more months, he will surpass CM Punk in terms of the amount of days holding the title. Aha. Now it makes sense. Which is a shame, really, because Brock Lesnar being a part-time guy and CM Punk who busted his ass full-time, it's kind of not fair, and it's kind of fucked up. But it's the WWE being petty, and you know they're doing it for a purpose. It's just not like, oh, wow, we didn't even know that was happening. No, they knew it was happening. They knew it was fucking happening. From the minute they put that belt on Brock, they probably knew this is what they wanted to do. Or at least they thought about it. Because I don't know when they changed their mind with the Roman Reigns outcome, or if they ever changed their mind. Did they, from the word go, did they intend all along for Roman Reigns to lose? That's the case. That's pretty fucked up to build all this for a year to have the full-timer lose to the part-timer. It's kind of dumb booking if you ask me. And it's kind of a stupid payoff. Whether you like Roman or you don't, you can't argue with the booking that Roman should have been the guy to walk out with the championship belt. He should have been the guy. But now they're going to have this match at the greatest Royal Rumble ever, that event that's streaming on the WWE Network, I believe April 27th. But folks, man, I'm telling you, if Brock defeats Roman, the question is now, who's next? Who's it going to be? Are they going to have to go to an outsider again? And the minute that Brock won, one name popped in my head, and that was Bobby Lashley. And sure enough, Bobby Lashley showed up on Raw last night. I beat it in a meaningless segment to squash Elias. But nonetheless, he showed up, and now Lashley is in the mix, and Lashley is in the company. If Brock defeats Roman Reigns the next time they face each other, there's no doubt in my mind that Lashley should be the guy to take the belt from Lesnar. But do you wait a year? Or do you have Lashley take him out at the next pay-per-view? Or do you have him take it at SummerSlam? And the funny thing, too, is that I'm thinking about this, is they had to bring in Goldberg. They had to bring in a retired wrestler to beat Brock Lesnar. Now they're going to have to bring in another guy from the outside to beat Brock. What does that say about the main roster? And what does that say about Roman Reigns? That dude, they can't pull the trigger on you. They refuse to pull the trigger on you, yet they got to bring in Goldberg and Bobby Lashley to beat Brock. But they won't let you do it. It's kind of fucked up if you ask me. Where does Roman go from here? I don't know. I really don't know. Do they start from the bottom? You see that apparently there'll be a feud with him and Samoa Joe. But you got to figure he's facing Brock Lesnar for the title on April 27th. But I believe Backlash is May 6th? So they'll probably fight at Backlash on May 6th, which leads you to believe that Roman's going to lose. Or Roman could win and Samoa Joe will be the next guy in line to face him for the title. I don't know. It's at this point, who knows what the hell the WWE is thinking. I'm done giving up thinking about it. Because this was it. This was the no doubt about it, no-brainer. Bet your mortgage on it that Reigns is walking out of WrestleMania 34 the champ. That didn't happen. That did not happen. To me, it was the biggest shock of the night. Biggest shock of the night.